Morning, everybody. This is Jay with Bonsai's Forever. Today, I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I have right here a toothbrush holder that I got at one of the local stores, and it looks a lot like granite, but it is not. It is some kind of composite. I drilled a hole in the bottom of it with my Dremel tool, and I'm going to do a cascade with this Barbados cherry tree. So this tree I've been growing for, I don't know. I always try to say how long I've been growing a tree for. I have no idea how long I've been growing this for. It's been growing long enough that it has a good root system. It is a cutting from one of my other trees. I did a video on that one not too long ago, so you can go back and check that one out. I don't know how to put the little things in the screen there so that you can go back to it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. But anyway, you can go back and check that out. It's pretty sure it's labeled Barbados cherry, so it might be one of the in the series of how to take care of your bonsai trees. So anyway, back to this one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unpot this really quick, and I'm just going to put it in this pot. So Alright, so I got my tray here so that I can save all my the soil. And honestly, I think I repotted this into this smaller pot, or this pot, not too long ago. Might have been a little while ago, because it looks like I was using kitty litter as part of the, or dry sweep or kitty litter as part of the soil for this tree, and I haven't done that for a little while. So as you can see, it does have quite a few really nice new roots, which I'm going to do my best not to disturb any of the roots on it right now. And it did just basically fall out of the soil, so you can tell that it wasn't in there all that long, but long enough that it did grow some new roots in that soil there. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to grab a screen because I didn't do that yet, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut a piece for the bottom here, and I'm just going to cut it the whole size of the bottom. So it just fits the whole bottom there. I don't like doing the whole wiring the screen to the bottom of the pot. For some reason it doesn't always work so well for me, because you go to pull the tree out of the pot when you're repotting it, and it sticks into the screen, and then it rips roots off, or you break something, or you can't get it out of the pot. You have to pull the screen and all that stuff. So anyway, this way the screen comes out with the tree, and you can cut the screen off or do whatever you need to do from there. So let's put these in the pot here. This, and because it doesn't have any soil in the roots, all I have to do is just dump the soil through the roots, and it just goes down into the pot, and you fill it up until it's full, and the roots are all down in the soil, going in a downward direction because you're dumping the soil over the roots. And I'm using kind of a smaller soil lately, because I've been working on a lot of smaller trees, and even the smaller soil works on larger trees to a certain point. Obviously, if you've got a really large tree, you don't want to be using sand or large sand size soil for it. This tree is like the perfect size for this tree. I think the previous soil was a little bit large for this tree actually, so I think I like this size of a soil better for this tree and for any other tree that I have that is closer to this size. I'm going to pull some of the larger bark chunks and break them up. I use pine bark as part of the soil mix because it helps to regulate the soil temperature during the summer and the winter time. It keeps it warm during the winter and cooler during the summer. I don't know how it does that, but it does somehow. And I heard that from another bonsai professional. All right, that was pretty simple. Tiny little pot, so not a whole lot of soil goes into it. So from here, I do want to make this a cascading style. So I think I want to bend these branches down a little bit farther. So I'm going to put some wire on it. And because these branches are really flexible, I'm going to just put a small wire. And I think I'm going to use 2 pieces of wire. So I'm going to go a wire this way, and then I'm going to go a wire this way, so that I'm using 2 pieces of wire on the main trunk and 1 wire per branch. And I like how it goes up and then curves over, so I'm going to leave the upward motion in the branch or the trunk. A lot of times I like to wire the tree before I repot it because it disturbs the roots and can change how it sits in the pot while you're wiring it. But because this is such a small tree, I don't think that's going to make that much of a difference. The roots are really down in the soil. It's going to be kind of wiggly in the soil anyway right now. So I don't think this is going to matter too much that I'm wiring it right after I repotted it. And after I do this, I'm just going to leave this tree to grow until I've got some really good growth on it, and I need to take the wire off, and then we'll revisit what we need to do to it after that. I'm going to try and go the same direction with the wire on the main trunk. I think I'm going to switch the direction once I get to the branch. But I'm going to follow the wire up the main trunk here. I am holding the tree to make sure that it's not wiggling around too much. Top. I'm going to go down the larger of the 2 branches here just to give it a little bit more stability and direction at the end here. Not going too far down the branch. Alright, so I'm going to cut these off here. Then I'm going to bend this down a little bit here It's not going to bend a whole lot. I want this to kind of go up because I want to make like a canopy right here and then have the branches kind of go down and around the pot. So I'm going to bend these down. This. And then I'm going to kind of bring it back down like that because I want these to go, I want them to kind of follow the shape of the pot here. Well, not exactly the shape of the pot. I want them to go around the pot. So that's what I'm going to do here. And these trees naturally, they naturally droop as they're growing. I did, like I said, I did that video on one not too long ago. I'm hoping I just didn't destroy this branch right here. I felt it crack a little bit. Normally these branches are super flexible, so I wasn't too concerned about it, but I think I did crack it right here. That's going to be okay because these trees are pretty resilient and they heal up pretty quickly from injuries. There we go, that's what I was looking for. I'm going to try not to mess with that space right there because that's where it cracked. Alright. So I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. And I'm going to grow this out. Obviously it's going to branch out and get more branches up here. And I'm going to make the canopy go in this direction over here. I'm going to have these come down and go out this way. And then this branch will kind of go out in that direction. So that is going to be it for that part of the work on it. Obviously this is going to take a little bit of time to turn into a bonsai tree, but I think doing this kind of stuff is kind of fun, you know. It keeps you thinking, you know, like what else could I do? What kind of interesting things can I do with my trees? And I've got a lot of little cuttings, so I can do some really cool stuff with those and practice on small stuff for when I get ready to do larger trees. I can be like, well, I did it on that and it worked, and if it doesn't, killing something like this or damaging it or breaking it or whatever isn't a huge catastrophe. You know, if I was to damage or kill the original tree, then that would really suck. So I don't want to do that. So I do this kind of stuff sometimes to practice, basically. So I'm gonna set this guy aside. I'm gonna grab the tree that came off of, so that I can show you guys. Alright, so this is the mother tree from that small cutting, and as you can see, it does droop on the ends of the branches naturally. All the dark leaves are from the summer. All of the light colored leaves are the new growth since the last time I did a video on this, which really wasn't that long ago. I didn't go back and look to see how long ago that was, but it wasn't very long ago, so this is all new growth since then. It's pretty awesome. These trees grow really, really nicely, and obviously it is wintertime, or if it's not obvious, it is wintertime. So it is still growing, and I'm in the greenhouse. It's in the greenhouse. I'm trying to keep the temperatures above 50 degrees, which have gotten pretty close to not being above 50 degrees a couple of times here. And it's supposed to be really cold this weekend, so I might have to put a heater out here to warm things up a little bit. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little video for you guys on the Barbados cherry and doing some cool stuff for fun. And yeah, so there's that. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.